Hello YouTubers, my name is NixV, you are on the channel for those who love inline skating and wants to progress in it, and today we will be talking about the good base for city skating. A lot of the beginners wonder up to what speed can they get on inline skates and what is an average speed for a city cruising. What amount of time will you lose if you will change your Ferrari to Accelo? I won't answer the last question because I've never had a Ferrari, but I will try to give you my answers to the others. This is also a special video, because recently my channel has hit 5k subscribers. And now my numbers are like this. So today I will skate 5 kilometers, 1 meter for each one of my subbies, because I love you all. Not too much, you will say, but I have to think about the future. 5 kilometers for 5Ks, 10 kilometers for 10Ks, and 100 kilometers for 100,000 subscribers. That won't be easy, right? So my goal for today is to make 5 kilometers in less than 15 minutes. That means that I have to skate at an average of higher than 20 kilometers per hour. And that is a pretty good speed for me and for city skating at all. Of course, if you are watching a lot of inline skating videos, you have seen that guys with a speedometer in the angle of the frame who are skating on 30 and 40 kilometers per hour, and that is cool, but that is almost not impossible in the usual city skating environment. This is either the speed skating training without any distracting factors, or simply the downhill, even if it is not obvious from the video. Such videos are very encouraging when you are watching them, and rather discouraging when you are trying to repeat it. Let me explain. City skating is not about the speed. First of all, it is about the attention. You have to be very careful. It has an unstable rhythm. You have to slow down near the pedestrians. You have to slow down near the cars. You have to slow down near the corners and make the widest radius possible when you are turning. Because if you don't see what is behind the corner, you always have to be ready to the worst. A hole in the asphalt, a Tyrannosaurus, or as a worst scenario, a bunch of running toddlers. And anyway, if something will happen, it will be your fault. So I have to admit that my usual city skating speed is from 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. It can be higher when I'm skating with the traffic on a car road, but I don't do it much because traffic is pretty dense and severe here in St. Petersburg. And drivers are also not that kind and careful as in some other areas. Yes, city skating requires a lot of attention, and it is difficult sometimes to focus on a good push. If you've seen my previous video on the proper push, you may probably see that I'm making some mistakes right now. If you see some, write down in the comments what I am doing wrong. Teach the teacher. That will be very helpful for all of us. Really. And for that my session I have intentionally chosen the areas with wide pedestrian lanes with a lot of good asphalt. You will see some streets from the Soviet area of St. Petersburg, and they are just perfect for comfort city cruising. But let's get back to the speed discussions. If you are a beginner and you've only started to skate in the city, even a 5 km per hour will be a good pace. First sessions in the city, especially the big city, could be pretty stressful, and you have to get used to it. To learn how to understand the behavior of pedestrians, drivers, dogs. Learn to adjust your skating to different types of the surfaces. That's very important. And it is much better to learn this on a small speed. You have to feel yourself comfortable and confident. And if 5 km per hour is your comfort zone at the beginning, start with it. It will get larger with every new session. Oops, I've almost fallen down here. My back foot has hit the curb. A noob mistake, but can happen on a good speed. If you are a beginner, curbs may scare you, but once you will master them, they will become your good friends. They can give you an additional push effect when you are getting on. It's like you don't have to squat too much, but your leg is already bent well enough for a good push. What a gift for lazies. By the way, don't forget to watch my city skating tips video on curbs. You can see that strange moves that I'm making sometimes with my hands. I'm showing where I'm going to go to the pedestrians. It's quite important to have some eye contact with pedestrians and to understand that they see you and they know where you are going to go. And if you see that some of them are afraid and don't know what to do when you are rushing on them, it is much better to stop and give them the way. There's also one thing from the speed skating that you cannot use in a city environment. This is that speed skating position with a bent back and deep squat. Because in that position you will be too small. You won't be seen behind the cars and you won't see anything behind the cars. So drivers won't be able to notice you and you won't be able to notice drivers. So the city skating positions is more upright. As you can see here, I'm skating with my straight back and I'm trying to be as noticeable as possible. That is one of the rules of city skating. Be as noticeable as possible. And that is not only because you like attention, it is because of the safety. You can see there our answer to the Arc de Triomphe. This is a Narva Triumphal Arch, and this is the place where the vast Soviet area starts. An asphalt paradise. And I guess that's enough of talking for now. I will return in the end of the video, where I will give some conclusion to my today's challenge. Now I want you to just enjoy the sounds of the city, that wonderful music of city skating. and at that point I've passed 5 kilometers. You can see my route here on the screen. I've made it in 14 minutes 45 seconds, so it was something between 20 and 21 km per hour. My tracker unfortunately has stuck after 10 minutes, so I cannot show you all the statistics, but my highest speed was about 25 km per hour and the highest heart rate only 119 BPM. That means that it wasn't even a high-intensity training. I think the other way, but software knows better, of course. As a conclusion, I would like to say that I prefer more to city skates just for fun and not for the speed, especially on such a great asphalt. It is perfect for cruising and even backward skating. By the way, I was going to make a special with skating 5 km backwards, and I've made it, but it looked so slow and pathetic, so I decided not to show it to you. Maybe someday. And that's all for today. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you are not yet subscribed, it's a shame, ring that notification bell, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.